Good morning. Yes, we are all hovering here, tons of media, because the US President will arrive at Chequers, the Prime Minister's country home, later this morning. Of course, he had the most incredible time, didn't he, at Windsor? Those photographs of him stood beaming from ear to ear with the King and the Queen, and him saying that it was truly one of the highest honours of his life. So all that to put him in the best possible mood for conversations here, talks about trade. The government very keen to trumpet this £150 billion of US investment coming our way, lots of it to do with AI. Of course, we don't know what we're going to have to give in return for that yet. Also, of course, the thorny issue of steel and aluminium tariffs. We expected those to have gone by now. It was announced months ago. They're still at 25%. They seem to be stuck there, but Donald Trump did say, but just before he got on the plane the other day, I'm into helping them. So they're hoping. Number 10 have just told me there are still negotiations ongoing about those. Also, they'll be talking about Ukraine and Gaza. They would like, the government would like much more movement from Donald Trump on those. And then, of course, there will be the press conference, and I think that really is the moment of peril for the Prime Minister. He's had a very, very rocky couple of weeks. He will want it to go well, but Donald Trump, let's face it, loves the cameras, loves to freewheel. You do not know what he's going to say. And there's a couple of things that I think could prove very tricky. Free speech is one of them. MAGA seems to be very concerned about free speech in this country. That could be tricky. And also, of course, the E word. Jeffrey Epstein. Only last week, the Prime Minister was forced to sack our US Ambassador Peter Mandelson over his links to Epstein. There's also awkward questions for Trump that he does not want to answer. I think it's a dead cert that will be raised, so that could be very difficult this afternoon. We will have a snap analysis of the state visit on our GB News newsletter. To get that, just scan the QR code on screen or go to gbnews.com/news-newsletter.
As you say, a 25-year-old Eritrean man has managed to block his removal at least for 14 days so that he can provide evidence that he is, as he claims, a victim of modern-day slavery. A little earlier on this programme, we asked James Murray, who is the Chief Secretary to the Treasury, about this. Well, the government has intimated strongly that they planned all week to get flights taking off for France. That clearly hasn't happened so far. They will hope that this appeal gets fast-tracked and this particular Eritrean man can be sent to France. But more generally, this has become a test, I think, of the government's competence on such a fraught issue, which of course bedeviled their Conservative predecessors. And are those flights going to take off this week? Well, the government still says so. It's Thursday. Cheers. Thanks. I'm assuming I'm not wanted by the channel because all the way through that, it's quite distracting. The channel was playing a clip of my 7th hit. No, I wasn't hearing it. No, I just mean I could see my own mug down there. Have you got a picture? Thanks very much. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Steve. Thank you. Cool. So, same at 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Lovely, thank you. I hope there might be anything about what it sounds like any pizza.
Hello again, Nick. Should I say hello again? Can I say hello again? Hello again, Nick. Yeah, that's right. So a former Labour councillor has been charged with blackmail and 5 communications offences in relation to a total of 85 victims working within politics in connection to the Westminster Underground. Okay. Oliver Stedman, he's the former councillor I was just talking about. He's 28. He's been charged with 1 count of blackmail in relation to alleged unwarranted demands for the telephone numbers of up to 12 individuals and to faces 4 other communications offence charges. Communications offence charges in relation to 4 other victims relating to the sending of alleged unsolicited indecent images. So today's charges. Yesterday. Yesterday's charges come up with so-called Westminster aged between 18 to 20 years old, some aged between 18 to 20, in and around. The messages often claims that this person out of which are given that person they were messaging before even intended. In some cases, after the person began. Callum, have you been messaging Caroline pictures? Yeah, I know. Spy. nice. Does my hair look less insane? I am. It's so hot. It's so windy. But does it look like it's sort of flying all over the place again?
Yes.
No, it's a legally contentious lie. If I fuck up, I could ruin entire court case. So, doing it straight. No pressure. Thanks.
Shit like that. I mean, might not get you.
Okay. Well, I've got nowhere to go anyway, so I'll just be there.
I haven't spotted any of my colleagues yet, but Robert Peston is going to us. I'm sure he'll be able to say a lot more.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm like the
Should we film my social media afterwards? I don't know what to say.
You go back with me.
It's like supposed to be behind the scenes of Chequers, but obviously I don't think really. Yeah, yeah. I'm just going to hang on. Thanks. No, I just want to adjust it. Shorter if you want. Morning again, Nick. That's right. So a former Labour councillor, as you say, has been charged with blackmail and communications offence in relation to a total of 5 victims working within politics in connection to the Westminster honey trap case. So the former Labour councillor's name is Oliver Steadman. He's 28 years old and he's been charged with 1 count of blackmail in relation to alleged unwarranted demands for the telephone numbers of up to 12 individuals. And he faces 4 further communications offences charges in relation to 4 other victims relating to the sending of alleged unsolicited indecent images. So this charge is coming after the Westminster honey trap scandal, where some men aged between 18 and 40 years old in and around British politics received unsolicited flirtatious messages from 2 members, purporting to be someone called Abby or someone called Charlie. The messages often pretended that Abby or Charlie had met the person they were messaging before, and in some cases, after the person replied, they would then receive a sexually explicit photo, and then in some cases, those people reciprocated those photos. The then Conservative MP, William Bragg, he resigned the party whip in April 2024 after saying he'd given the phone numbers of fellow MPs to a man he met on a dating app. So, Mr Tobin was a Labour councillor. He resigned in May of last year, a month after these revelations came to light. He's also suspended as a Labour member after the party was notified of his arrest in June 2024, and he is set to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on Monday, the 3rd of November, for a first hearing. Yes, Nick, that is correct. Yes, last year. It's a very good moment for me. Cringe.
there straight away.
Yeah, exactly.
Look. The beast isn't actually there, it's just like, you know, support vehicles. coming from the internet, and not get bigger one, but it was a nightmare. Like, really put 5 bits, you know.
I think Gary, but obviously we didn't come in, I did over.
Right. Yeah.
Which one are you doing?
Yeah. So, yeah, I just get all on one hand side, camera side, but the lighting up here. And so, yeah, we can normally write that, we find it takes so
Yeah, I just went there, I was going to set there, I was sort of going, so I got stand still. I'm not ECM in there.
Well, there are 2 ECMs there.
Oh, the bag. Oh.
So the reason wildlife and also tends to take away live.
Okay.
So you could tend to use it like a little bit better. My understanding is wildlife are not doing it, so you don't need to worry too early.
Okay.
The plan was that wildlife is doing the same, but they don't seem to be doing it. So you use whatever might be best to do.
Probably put ECMs on, to be honest. Unless it's going to get really silly busy. Morning, John. You alright?
Yeah, how are you?
Well.
There's only one set of calls coming in here. Oh no, there's 2 now. They're one.
Okay, 1 and 2 though. Yeah, they're well, headset to ECMs then. To the bag.
Yeah.
Are you using them or are you?
No,
You've got some. Yeah, they're same as mine. I'm hoping Gary does, yes.
Are you doing Gary?
Yes.
Wait on. What would your operation be? Back in the what we might do.
And if I stand on those penny cases like here, so he knows if you go back, it's exactly maybe. Good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got down the line, I'm not sure.
No, and I wasn't one on it either.
Put that like that. They ain't going to get no tea, so they can't have it. They ain't going to work. He's not here yet, but
You can put it off the radio mic to put it off maybe perhaps. I think the same on Sony.
We've got this.
Yeah, no, that needs to go over the bigger fluffy so it won't actually. That might go down. No, neither case had any. That one and there, that was it. Take off the radio mic control. Yeah.
I think you should get away with it.
Yeah, I just do that on the headset then really. Sorted. That's a small bit. Is it or? Yeah, breakfast in it every hour a new belt.
Yeah, no, it starts what we're doing. Usually you're not
Thank you, Chris.
don't think you're going to get a signal.
Yeah, got it.
Well, we've got the back here anyway. Tell you what, you might grab that one.
Yeah, currently there's 2 mics over here, both got it. Take one off there.
Only need one, yeah, you say one just now. I'm not expecting a guest just yet, but it's well, it's very, very, very loose. Yeah, is it loose on that one? Alright, I'll just have it facing up.
There's a tiny bit of gap in support around it. Perhaps you're going to want to show them.
I'll risk it, I'll just point it
It
up.
will be mean that people get nervous about.
I'll try and see what parts are in it.
Thanks.
It's not out front.
Stay in the hotel?
No, I drove from home this morning. Yeah, I was kind of over the hotel. A little bit nicer. It's got that kid that way. It's streaming all day long. So I kind of really need to not to bring the kid in. Drive away to Leicester. Drive all the way here. Morning, hey!
Nice to see you.
You too, mate, you too. You been at Windsor yesterday?
No Windsor Castle. How about you? Were you there?
No. My first day on shift today, so I'm driving for today. No, I'm missing them. I'm doing nights. I'm missing all my weekends taking nights at the moment, so. I think I did 1 or 2. I did all 3 last year, so by the last one it was a lot. It was almost overkill for me. Yeah.
Yeah, you were the early Cambridge guys.
Yeah, I was. So going nice.
Fine, you didn't tell me at the time. You've got a year's amnesty now.
Well, now it's close access, isn't it?
Oh, you've got a little stairway to go down there, look at that. It worked. Oh my god. I've seen aerial photographs of from that side, the orange room. Sorry, look at the side.
I know, it's so nice. Well, that's what I was saying earlier. Hello guys, nice to see you. How are you doing? No worries.
Just there, sorry.
Too much.
Come over, sorry. Which year is right?
Just to let you know, it's quite close.
Yeah.
It might be a bit loud, so just make sure that you can hear properly
Okay,
and all
right,
of
yeah.
that, okay?
No, yeah.
We talked to Minister, please. So Darren should talk to himself.
Hello. Yeah, very well, thanks.
Hi, yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
Cool, thank you.
Okay. Sure. Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, yes, yes.
Just noticed there's a whole second building down there. That's what I mean, like a sort of wing.
Yeah, it's like kind of orangery.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you. Sure. Great, thanks.
So Keir Starmer will welcome President Trump here to Chequers as the royal bonanza is followed by serious talks on trade and foreign policy.
Good morning. Well, you're right that today is going to be about the £150 billion of investment coming from the US to the UK as part of the deal and part of the work the Prime Minister's been leading with the US. And I think it's really important to emphasise what a big package of investment this is. It's a real vote of confidence in the UK economy and in our country, and it will make a real difference to people's lives by creating jobs in different parts of the UK and making people better off. Can I give you one example of the kind of thing we're going to be investing in? There's a US company called X Energy. They're going to be working with Centrica, who own British Gas, to invest in building up to 12 advanced modular reactors. That's small nuclear power reactors. Now these 12 reactors will create energy for 1.5 million homes, 2,500 jobs, and add billions to the economy. So it's a really important thing. That's going to take place in Hartlepool, bringing jobs and prosperity in that local area. But there will be investments right across the UK. So we talk about big numbers, 150 billion, and it is a huge number, but it makes a real difference to people's lives. Well, look, I hope that the press conference will focus on the investment in the UK, which has been delivered as part of this state visit, because there's so many... Well, look, it's up to journalists to work out what they want to ask at the press conference later, but there's so much to talk about when it comes to the deal that we've done with the US. It's not just the headline £150 billion and all the different ways in which that's going to be invested. There's also a nuclear deal to make sure we can build nuclear power quicker. There's a tech deal, which means that we can use things like AI and quantum computing more efficiently to have medical breakthroughs to help tackle cancer and create new drugs. There's so much people can ask about. It's up to journalists what they ask about later, but there's a lot to talk about in terms of what we've achieved with the US this week.
James thinks you're going to be the last pick.
So some of this investment will happen almost immediately. Some of them are ready to go, in the coming weeks and months. Others will be over the next 10 years because we're talking about obviously sizable investments here in long-term projects. So it depends on which individual project exactly when the investment is delivered. But what we know as a government is that a lot of families across the country are finding things tough right now, which is why, whilst at the same time as securing this investment and putting our economy in a better place, we are also taking action right now, boosting the national living wage, extending the £3 bus fare cap, extending free school meals for more children. All of that can help people now. But what we need to do over the medium and long term is to get the economy in a better place, which is why this investment in our infrastructure, in our jobs, in our local communities is so important. Well, look, it's intensely frustrating,
Exactly right,
and I know that the Home Secretary has expressed quite how frustrated she is at this, and we all are as government ministers frustrated by this last-minute attempt to thwart what we were trying to do to stop people being deported. We're determined for the deportations to begin imminently. The Home Secretary has explained how she will be standing up for the British public's interest in court and fighting this every step of the way, because we want these deportations to go ahead imminently, and that's what she will be pushing for to make sure that happens.
But also on foreign policy, where perhaps there will be a bit more tension, certainly on Ukraine, but also on the Middle East, where the UK is likely to recognise a Palestinian state in the next few days. That is something Donald Trump does not think the UK should do. Did he say so at the press conference? Well, it just kind of
there's been a huge amount of work over the last year when the former Home Secretary was in her position, whether that's getting the Borders Bill, getting that introduced in Parliament and beginning to take that through and get that into law, whether that's closing hotels for asylum seekers, whether that's negotiating deals with the French and so on. We've now got Shabana Mahmood as the Home Secretary, and as you can see, she is saying, as a result of what's happened the last few days, she won't stand for it. She's intensely frustrated by it, and she's going to do everything she can to fight it every step of the way.
Deal with France for the first time being able to send at least some people who've arrived in school back to France. And this week there was meant to be a kind of regular drumbeat of people being removed to France on flights. Well, that hasn't happened so far. The government is appealing the High Court's decision to give at least 14 days for an Eritrean who was meant to have been sent to France yesterday to prove that he's a victim of modern slavery. And a little earlier on the programme we asked a Cabinet Minister, James Murray, about that.
Well, I think really, to be honest, what has happened in this case makes a mockery of our laws and of our country's generosity. I think, as I understand it, this individual has decided, they're a modern slave at this late stage, despite having never mentioned that before. And as I say, it's a mockery of our legislation on modern slavery, which is important legislation. But what this person's done doesn't take that seriously, and that's why the Home Secretary is so determined to take this head on and make sure these deportations can go ahead.
I will be in a second, but they were suspected to see. Congratulations on that. They would see your presence. And I was talking about what you said on breakfast earlier. As we heard, she said he was ready to change the line. She should have said he's over there.
Yes, I have. Thank you. Thank you.
Merci. Hi, sorry, yeah.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you. So lovely to see you, and have a lovely, lovely day.
Thank you.
It's not a PA thing.
It's not PA. It's the BBC.
Well, it is like how it works.
No, we're.
I tried to speak a bit more quietly while James was doing
we're
it.
just.
But you know how it works.
Jammed together. Sorry.
Henry, I think you should just come into the live.
Can't really mute the state broadcaster.
That's all right, guys.
Huh?
That wasn't bad. The LBC was a problem.
I'll head over to this.
Yeah, that's it. Probably hang out there. Send me those things that arrive.
Yeah.
Well, the government incredibly happy with this £150 billion investment by US companies coming our way over the next few years. A lot of that in artificial intelligence. Of course, what we don't know is what we are going to have to give in return. But the government say that this is a big win. It's a record-breaking sum of money. But look, the whole purpose of this state visit, the pomp, the pageantry yesterday, is to put Donald Trump into the best possible mood, the best frame of mind to give us a deal, basically, a better deal than we have already. Now, we've already got a better deal than everybody else. The government will be happy to say that over and over again. But of course, the tariffs that Trump is so fond of have made life much harder for us, and particularly in regards to steel. Now, other countries are paying 50%, we're only paying 25%, but we were told that that was going to go down to 0 4 months ago, and it still hasn't happened. Now, Number 10 have told me this morning that those negotiations are still ongoing, and the Prime Minister will meet the President. He will arrive by helicopter, and there will be trade meetings also with investors, and the Chancellor will be here too. And then there will be that big press conference, which could be very perilous for both of them, with some potentially very awkward questions coming, maybe over free speech, maybe over Russia, Ukraine, almost certainly over Jeffrey Epstein, a topic that neither the President or the Prime Minister wants to talk about, but I think almost certainly they're going to have to.
Keir Starmer are almost certain to formally recognise the Palestinian state in the next few days. President Trump doesn't think that they should do so. Whether he will say that in private or in public, I don't think we know, but that is clearly a point of tension.
If they're going to tell...
Yes, definitely, on the part of Downing Street. I mean, you know, they've seen Donald Trump over the past decade in the same way that we have, so they'd be mad not to be concerned. They will hope that President Trump, as he certainly was yesterday, will be on sort of dignified and restrained form. But who knows? And there are areas of sensitivity. Obviously, the tensions between the two leaders, as I mentioned, on policy areas there. There's also, of course, the matter of Jeffrey Epstein. It is still only a week since Lord Mandelson was sacked as the UK ambassador to the US over new disclosures about the depth of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Well, President Trump is facing his own controversy in the US over his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, albeit prior to his convictions. So it would be a shock to me if at least one journalist does not bring that subject up. How Donald Trump might respond, well, it would be a fool's errand to predict that. Cheers. Right, I'm back in about 20 minutes. Have you been maybe before 5 live, but they're putting it on the telly, I think. Gary, either. Right. Well, shall I leave my earpiece stuff on the thing? Yeah, well. Cheers. Hey, Ray.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not going to put it Hello? No worries. Thanks for telling me. But yeah, I'll see you in 10 minutes.
None too shabby, Henry. Henry, before you go back, what time are you staying until then?
I'm staying till the end of the press.
Right. So, as we were just figuring, are you going to do it for about 1,800 right? Oh, don't worry, I'm going to Okay. Alright. So I'm going at 5:30. So you'll stay. Easing out. So we got the cut price operation and just well, lads, I think let's have a vanity photo. Well, first of all, let me get all your names together. BBC gang. Come on, get in there, Danny.
I'm going to get another box.
Well, I need to figure it out. So switching
plug it in.
So I might get told off from walking over there, mate. So, what's up?
Well, it's never stopped us before, has it? Lifetime story. Yeah. Yeah, which again makes me think it's more editorial music. Start the show. Good.
Try it. I don't know. It's big enough. I think it's a bit. I just did kind of 4-6. Really, it's manually dialed it into the 56 and it's a lot better. Try it. Manually dial it. Or 9 still.
Right, bro.
Yeah. So I'm about 9 on that. Yeah, so that's probably about right. It's about 56 here. Yeah. Alright, I might just kind of line up there.
Technically working fine. They're not speakers, they're actually journos, so it's not PA. It's like, so I don't know if you see the output, mate. So you get like a meter each. So BBC there. What happens normally, mate, when you're on Sky years ago, you always get who would go first and leave a gap.
So long as you get 12:30, that's cool. But if they're not, yeah, well that's the. It doesn't. It can't. Yeah, well that's something I listen to.
Yeah, exactly the same.
I didn't turn this one up.
You there yesterday as well?
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Yeah. We'll remain position.
I was off yesterday. Yeah, so well rested. Yeah, just on this. Ben's got the phone on.
No, this is yours. Yeah.
I just think, yeah, we changed.
It's not like smart dress. Like that means suit.
John might be here. I don't know the rest. No, they might be here for one.
Glad I brought a coat.
Thank you.
They don't get anything. He should get here at 12:30.
So I did turn that unit on, didn't I? I can't remember if I did or not. Can you hear anything?
Yes, I can hear.
Or should I just ask them?
Yeah. I'm here at Chequers, which is behind me, where I'm doing Prime Minister's Day, so I will post that up.
Yeah, no. I think that was what I said. Stand out.
I have. Daryl, thank you.
I'm at Chequers, which is right behind me. I'll talk to the Prime Minister today about some of the really important issues that came out of the meeting with the US President. I'll post those when I have them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm up here at Chequers.
I'll be here much.
I'm here at Chequers for the visit of US President Donald
Yes,
Trump.
thank
where
you.
I'll talk to the Prime Minister later about some of the issues that they've discussed in that building.
I have, thank you, yes. Thank you.
So if you can get 11.5, one of the big simple things, I can't.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, but the only caveat there would be that this is your house.
Well, I just think it's too confusing for the past 60. Let me just, that sounds good out.
I mean, I've got 90% match.
Well, reality is, I just need 2 camera positions. No, we both asked after
Yes, the President had all the pleasure of that Windsor state visit yesterday, now down to business here at Chequers, talking about trade, about foreign policy, and of course there's going to be that press conference this afternoon.
Reality is, I just need 2 camera positions. No, we both asked after.
Yes, the President had all the pleasure of that Windsor state visit yesterday, now down to business here at Chequers, talking about trade, about foreign policy, and of course there's going to be that press conference this afternoon where pretty much anything might happen. Rebecca?
Yes.
You don't have a Bloomberg sub, have you?
No, I can get it probably on the computer.
Because they're basically saying that Trump is. It sounds like they'd be happy to have Karen Pierce back, which begs the question: why on earth did Starmer get rid of Karen Pierce in the first place?
I can check it.
I mean, I can say. It's saying that Trump is phoning them, which I can't say because I haven't seen it. But the noises from Washington are indicating, being reported.
Hold it for this test, and when we check it, we can say the next
Well, we'll
test.
see.
Also QR.
I'll try. Depends if they're going rap in my ear. I'll try. I didn't say it. But, you know, they need to put the QR code up. If I'm going to say it and they don't put it up, then, you know, it's a total waste of time.
Have you ever seen a hair clip?
Okay, thank you.
No, that's just how it won't.
Sorry.
Changing shadows in the background. Yeah.
Hi, how are you? I'm alright, thanks. For sure. Yes. Sounds good. Yeah, great.
Thank you.
You right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Sorry?
They should have taken first, because now you're going to clash with the BBC. I've been on this one too. Come on, I don't get it. It's like,
Dean said what?
Dean said
Can't do anything about it.
That's all right.
Hi, Nikki.
I said that's back yes.
Well, it's the latter one which definitely made Melania surprising to me. I don't know. That's the answer, I'm afraid. On the seating plan, by the way, he was sitting next to talking to the Prime Minister's Chief of Staff, with increasing focus on controversy within the Labour Party for his political government and the way that things are going with the Prime Minister. Anyway, I don't know. It's a straightforward and honest answer to your initial question. Well, today is the sort of political day of the state visit. So yesterday was the pageantry and the royals, and let's face it, Donald Trump's been pretty clear that's the bit of the visit that he was most excited for. Today is the more substantive elements of things. So if you think of the state visit overall as the UK trying to solidify its warm relationship with the US, I think today is Keir Starmer trying to solidify his warm relationship with President Trump.
No, you absolutely can't. And for all the incredible planning, and I think everyone is agreed that yesterday really couldn't have gone any better, apart from maybe the weather. This afternoon's press conference, I think, is definitely going to be a moment of peril. But let me just run through briefly what we're expecting before that. So, the President will arrive later this morning on Marine Force One, the helicopter. The Prime Minister and his wife came over last night following that state banquet. The Prime Minister will then show the President the Sir Winston Churchill archives, which are kept here at Chequers in Buckinghamshire. We know how much he loves having that bust of Winston Churchill back in the Oval Office. There will also be a Red Devils display. That is the British Parachute Regiment display team. So we had the Red Arrows yesterday, the Red Devils today. Coming back to me or not?
Maybe, but they'll definitely be
A lot of sound.
not least
Are they going to come back to me?
because So Keir Starmer hasn't taken the questions about it.
Oh, they're not coming back.
Still,
Okay, all right, thanks.
it's worth reflecting on.
I don't know what happened then. Sound
The
went.
Prime Minister stood up in his back to the House of Commons and after repeated questioning from Melania Trump, the Conservative Party leader, was adamant that he has full confidence in Peter Mandelson remaining acting ambassador to the US. It's only a week since the Prime Minister then reversed calls and sacked Lord Mandelson as an ambassador to the US. And still really only basic, very brief questions about why he was knowing
But he's coming by helicopter, so he'll land somewhere, but we don't get a shot of him. So he will by chart. And it's still about so I should spot up on the police
Now look, I think it's easy to imagine that if Donald Trump weren't coming here to the UK today, none of this investment would be happening. Obviously that's not how these companies think about investment decisions. But it is clearly a big deal and one that the UK government will want to trumpet. I'm sure we'll hear a lot from Keir Starmer about that. I think the other thing that will come up, both in the meetings and then in the press conference, is foreign policy, which is where the UK and the US aren't necessarily that aligned. Strength of the friendship and all of that. And on Ukraine is familiar to us now, but Keir Starmer and various Western leaders would have liked Donald Trump to be much more staunch in his support for Zelensky and for Ukraine in general. And then when it comes to the Middle East, in the next few days, the UK is going to formally recognise the state of Palestine. President Trump does not believe the UK should do that. So will that difference of opinion erupt in the public view?
And then others down here. So they're interspersed.
Yeah, just deliberate, pointed comment, using the authority of the king and his office, and we know, because he keeps talking about it, that President Trump absolutely loves the monarchy and so it would be great for the UK government not to try to deploy the king in the way that they're acting. By the way, another symbolic Ukraine-related thing worth noting is that it's a standard thing with these visits that each leader will give the other gifts. And the Prime Minister and his wife Victoria are giving Melania Trump, the First Lady, a scarf that's related to Ukrainian children. And that's interesting. President Trump has talked recently about Melania, the First Lady, pushing stronger against Vladimir Putin.
So now I've got all four on the other going up there, but it's fighting now, so I've asked them to get driving centre, and it turns to the price that they've packed it, which means basically
They always couple at the end, they need to uncover
they
it.
don't have nothing. Nothing is technical like
No, exactly, because they do it over there so many times, the MCR. So have a fight with them about not part of
I wouldn't do it.
I've got one of those. But you can't look at them. I don't know, is it alright? If it's the
long sleeve dress with a very light pink jacket and the
But you saw 18
dress
degrees.
came down to there. And then I thought 18 degrees actually quite good. I didn't factor in the green because I'm always indicated like I don't think so. But
I need to go back.
view on the headline? Hang on. Yes, sir. Oh, you might come by bus. I'll be back. Sorry. Yeah. Will you cue me? Yeah. And you'll cue me into the headline. Thank you. Where are you?
You're right. Yeah, that. And you're perfect. Yeah, that's great.
To the headline.
Sorry?
No, let's hang on a bit of pop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just one.
Rebecca's got us some bags of food, one for you, one for me, one for her. So that's good. After this.
And I'm Gary O'Donoghue at Chequers, where the Prime Minister will welcome the President shortly for the passing moments of this historic visit. More on BBC News during the day. Lovely.
Hi, James. Okay, fine. Okay, so you'll stay on camera and to get the picture. Yeah, you can. Just, that's fine. Do you want to come to me now, very shortly? That's fine. Yeah, that's no problem. That's no problem. All right, thank you. Yes, the Donald Trump had all the pleasure yesterday of the pomp, the pageantry, Windsor Castle, the royal family, and today it's business, it's politics. The sense of anticipation here is quite incredible. I got here at 5 o'clock in the pitch dark. Now there are hordes of press, there's a lot of people with earpieces walking around, a load of Americans and big cars toing and froing as well, because this is really what it's all about. Yesterday was about getting Donald Trump in the best possible mood, making him feel as kindly disposed towards Britain as possible. The royals did an incredible job. Nobody does it better, really, do they? And of course we know that Trump loves the royal family, loved the late Queen in particular, and regards the King as a good friend. Now the Prime Minister, quite strangely, given how different they are, seems to have also struck up a very good working relationship with him. He arrived here last night after the state banquet to get ready, and we're expecting the President in the next hour or so to get here. He will be greeted, then the Prime Minister will show him the Winston Churchill archives which are kept here, and there will be a Red Devils display. They are the British Parachute Regiment display team. So yesterday we had the Red Arrows, the Red Devils today. Then President Trump and the Prime Minister will have a bilateral meeting, just the two of them, and then there will be the Chancellor of the Exchequer will host a business reception with a lot of those big US investors. Of course, the government very keen to trumpet this £150 billion of inward investment from the United States into Britain over the next few years, which the government says are going to bring 7,500 high quality jobs across the country. And of course, trade. We are still stuck currently, aren't we, with 25% tariffs on steel. on aluminium, something that we were told 4 months ago was going to go, but they are still there. The president the other day before he got on the plane said, I'm into helping them about the British, so let's see if we have any movement on that. It didn't sound like that was going to come. Also, of course, Ukraine will be under discussion. The government would dearly love for Donald Trump to make good on some of the occasional threats he makes towards Putin and actually do something to punish him. Also, Gaza, a very difficult situation, and we know that the government is likely to recognise Palestine in the coming days, something that will not go down well with the US. But the press conference, I think, could be exceedingly awkward this afternoon. Back in 2019, when it was Theresa May was here, it was quite embarrassing. Donald Trump freewheels. You never know what he's going to say. He loves the television. He loves the cameras. He backed Boris Johnson for the next PM. He said that Sadiq Khan was a stone cold loser. And I think the situation now even more awkward because we've got a Prime Minister down on his luck, fighting battles within his own party, all these scandals, and of course top of the list of things that journalists are bound to want to mention is Jeffrey Epstein, the E word, the word that the royal family doesn't want to mention, Donald Trump doesn't want to have mentioned, the Prime Minister doesn't want to have mentioned either, because only last week he ended up sacking the US ambassador Peter Mandelson over his links to Jeffrey Epstein. So I think at the press conference, I think there'll be a lot of anxiety about just how that is going to go. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you for just staying here, apparently.
I don't know. Don't ask me. I've got no idea.
It's due to happen at 10.
Yeah. Great. He's going to take me. Huh? He'll be here. Okay.
Where are you going to be?
Where's Taylor?
I'll be out of your way. Okay. I'm not going to
come out, is it?
You'll be over there because I'm stuck.
I hope you got some good reception because I'm going into the castle and I won't be able to send anything for like the next 40 minutes.
Oh. Yeah, well, the guest Wi-Fi actually, we had luck yesterday. Like, we were stood right over there by the door where we could access the guest Wi-Fi.
What do they call this lawn? Is it the parade?
Quadrangle.
Quadrangle?
Yeah.
Quadrangle, yeah. Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, otherwise Wi-Fi is a little stupid.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Let's see.
Oh, good. There we go.
I'll be okay, brother.
You right?
Before he's ready for it.
Are you filming or are you on Prime? That's why I'm actually taking my shot now.
It will be.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?